the important lesson and message to others is that Bhagavan is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. That factor is to be constantly remembered by everyone. Whoever is doing whether service, any sort of service, whether it is a bhajan singing or Narayan Seva or Sevadal duty, constantly remember that Swami is watching us. With that in mind, when you do the service, you will have that satisfaction of doing the service for him, not for yourself. As Swami has already always said, the service which you are doing is not benefiting the receiver, but it is you who is getting the benefit. So keep that always in mind and surrender completely to Swami, because of late I have been experiencing several times when difficult times, when we are in situations when we think of him, that problem gets solved very smoothly. I mean, it's not a coincidence. It cannot be a coincidence, because certain issues, certain personal experiences, we can make out that his hand is there in that. And more than anything else, his word, whatever he said in these 75 years after he declared his avatarhood, whatever he said is a Veda Vakyam only. Because in a particular incident, he must have said something like, for example, my wife, whenever she goes to Parthi, whenever she is in darshan, she always asks Swami, please come to my house. So this happened actually, I missed to say, when my mother-in-law, few years before she passed away, came and stayed with us. One day she was sitting in the sofa in my hall, and we were not there at the time. Swami always chooses the time and we were not there. So he came and sat in front of her in the sofa. This lady, instead of talking to Swami or taking his blessing, she went to opposite house where one Kurgi lady who was our Sai Darshan member was there. She went to call her. By the time she came back, Swami disappeared. So Swami is omnipresent, and we need to take every word he says. Every word is a Veda Vakyam, as I am feeling that. So I think everybody should remember this. My message to others is, our Sathya Sai Seva organization is very unique, and those who have been associated with the organization for so many years can feel it actually. The newcomers may not be able to understand the significance of the avatar, but we, those who have experienced, I think we constantly show in our behavior as well as in our talk the importance of being a devotee of Bhagawan. And I feel sometimes that the elders who have been associated with Bhagavan for so many years, the advantage they had was Bhagavan was physically there and they had all the benefits. The youth are very dynamic. They are very much interested in serving Swami, but they don't have time. Their official commitments, their family commitments, their own personal other problems. In spite of all this, at least once a week or twice a week, they come to the samitis, either singing or taking part in service activities. So when they come like that, once in a week, we should not put pressure on them to participate in every activity. Because unless we tell them to and give them a free hand to do certain things, things won't work. And more empowerment to the youth and encourage them to do things on their own. They may come out with out-of-box ideas. Use them and then encourage them to do those whatever. It may be initially they may do a lot of mistakes, but it doesn't mean that none of us have been perfect all these years. So they have to think along these lines. And after the youth, next is the Balavikas children. Give more chances for this generation to take part in activities, empower them, encourage them and guide them. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Our life would have been different if we had not come into Swami's fold. Definitely we will continue this service until our last breath. Sai Ram.